We're now going to come to Assembly Member Russell.
Thank you, Chair. So I want to start just going back to the issue of feedback on the plan. And paragraphs 90 and 91 show that actually there was some feedback on the plan. Both drafts were sent to the MOPAC CEO during the course of the morning for MOPAC's comment and feedback. Chief of Corporate Services sent a message to follow up, request substantive feedback before calling around 11 corporate sent to show that actually there was some feedback on the plan. Both drafts were sent to the MOPAC CEO during the course of the morning for MOPAC's comment and feedback. Chief of Corporate Services sent a message to follow up, request substantive feedback before calling around 11. During that call, the MOPAC CEO stated that the all-staff message was good. She had not had time to consider the plan carefully but thought it was too long and would require more external focus, such as a campaign or listening exercise led personally by the Commissioner. Now, there was also, in paragraph 91, the MOPAC CEO also noted the draft plan contained nothing about communication of the outcomes of Baroness Casey's review. She said it was a red line item for the Mayor that the Casey review should report to him directly, even though the Commissioner had established the Casey review on the basis that it would report only to the Commissioner. MOPAC emphasised that the red line was that the review should report to the Mayor in addition to the Commissioner. Now, those are some very clear pieces of feedback. So Tom, I'd just like your response to those in relation to the comments about there not being enough feedback, and then I've got a question for the Mayor as well on this issue.
I didn't say there was no feedback. I was saying that the material feedback came far too late, indeed on the 10th of February, which was the day the Commissioner indicated her intention to resign.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, do you think that you or MOPAC should have given more detailed feedback on the Commissioner's plan any earlier?
Well, the Deputy Mayor tried to the day after our meeting. So on the 2nd of February, I met with the Commissioner. On the 3rd of February, the Deputy Mayor met with the Commissioner, and even in Sir Tom's report, he gives some reference to this, Paris 84, where the Deputy Mayor wanted to not deal with the tabled items of the agenda, 3rd of February meeting, and deal with the issue of trust and confidence. The Dame Cressida dismissed that idea, spent 5 minutes talking about it. So what was the Deputy Mayor supposed to do? She's raised proactively the issue of wanting to discuss these issues. So Tom's critical about the length of the day. Well, I'm not being funny. The 3rd of February is one day after the 2nd of February. Again, an example of facts being ignored.
You've raised exactly the paragraph that I was going to go to next, which is paragraph 84. And absolutely, the Commissioner said there'd been a request that the focus for the meeting should be on trust and confidence, and the Commissioner responded by saying the discussion on trust and confidence should only take 5 minutes. Now, the issue of trust and confidence is absolutely key to the confidence in the Commissioner, both from the Mayor but also from Londoners, because the Mayor mentioned earlier the response of Londoners to this litany, this constant extra revelations of bad things that had been happening in the Metropolitan Police. And that issue of the confidence of Londoners was absolutely critical to all of these events that were going on. So, Sir Tom, do you think that it was appropriate to spend just 5 minutes of that meeting on trust on looking at trust and confidence?
I think that the engagement that the Met were having with MOPAC on all these sorts of things was extensive. I expressed no opinion as to whether or not the Commissioner was right to say, I just want to spend a few minutes on this. The Mayor, I think, implied that this was part of feedback on the plan. But this was the 3rd of February. The plan wasn't produced until the 4th of February. So there couldn't be any feedback on the plan if the plan hadn't been sent over. So I think there's a little bit of mixing up there.
Or was it, because, yes, I read it as it was part of an engagement process on the plan.
I have no doubt that the Met took very seriously the matters that the Mayor and his staff were very concerned about.
Do you think that it could be read, the suggestion of only spending 5 minutes on the issue of trust and confidence in this discussion, that the former commissioner didn't see the extent of the issue with trust and confidence in terms of how Londoners were reacting to the events as they played out. Do you have any comment on that, Sir Tom?
Yes, my answer to your question is no. I don't think there was any blindness on the part of the commissioner, the then commissioner, or the senior officers of the Met in relation to the seriousness of these things. That is why they had produced so many action plans, the Stride Plan and others, to deal with the concerns which they shared in relation to the Mayor's agenda in terms of rooting out misogyny, homophobia, racism, and all the other things that were found.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, do you want to add anything on that point?
Yes. The plan that the then Commissioner, Dame Sadiq, came up with on the 4th of February was simply not good enough for the scale of the challenge facing our police service. Trust and confidence at rock bottom, trust and confidence plummeting over the last couple of years, and the former commissioner thinking 5 minutes is adequate to discuss these issues, which would have been a really useful meeting for her, to use that time in advance of the draft plan she sent to me on Friday the 4th of February. And the commissioner was aware by as late as the 10th of February that I didn't think that the version on the 4th of February was adequate. But she chose not to come to that meeting and discuss the draft plan with me and work towards it, improving it. I think you can't solve a problem unless you accept there's a problem. And I'll give you the difference, an example of the difference between a, inverted commas, zero tolerance towards racism, which Sir Tom praised in aid for the Met Police Service previously being an anti-racist organisation, and an organisation actually being an anti-racist organisation. An organisation that has zero tolerance towards racism responds to a complaint about racism by dealing with it individually. It could be discipline, it could be performance. An organisation that is anti-racist, when it comes to its policies, is proactive and makes sure the whole organisation has at its core the importance of weeding out racism. Child Q should not be happening. The response to it could be a zero tolerance towards racism, but the policy of strip searching children and black children in a certain way wouldn't happen in an organisation that's properly anti-racist. The gangs matrix, yes, a useful tool. A zero tolerance, inverted commas, towards racism responds to concerns raised. An anti-racist organisation deals with their core. I'll give you another example. And by the way, the reason why it's important is Sir Tom concludes, because the Met Police Service under Dame Cressida was saying we're zero tolerance, it therefore already was anti-racist.
Do you think timely and detailed feedback from oversight bodies like MOPAC could have changed the outcome of the Commissioner's plan? Why or why not? In your opinion, should a police organization focus on reactive zero-tolerance measures or proactive anti-racist policies to build public trust? Explain your reasoning. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth political commentary, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of power and politics. Thanks for watching.